Oh, it's hot in the UK currently at the moment.
I'm baking like a toasted cheese here. It's so hot here.
It's been a really interesting time for crypto currently at the moment. Everything seems to be deemed as a security. And on that note, I just want you to make sure that you guys are subscribed because we have a very funny clip of me and Guy talking about securities. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But on that note, today we're going to be going through altcoin review and go through Solana, Cardano and MATIC, which was popularly voted by you guys. And we have some information, talk about some key levels. So let's get straight to it. So first, let's go through the key levels and then we will go through the fundamentals and then we can create a whole story on our movements for these altcoins, Solana, Cardano and MATIC, and potentially Bitcoin if we can finish on time. So let's first talk about the key levels that we have for Solana. Well, first and foremost, let's go on to the weekly chart. We can see that our previous all-time high was at $240. We're currently trading at $15. I know, $15, that's crazy. So if we talk about the current key levels that we have, we can see that we've really just been ranging within these sections here since 2022 all the way to 2023. So it's not really the best kind of range to be trading in compared to, you know, where price action was really before. So the range that we're trading between is from $11 to the $34 mark. Since then, these are the major key levels where if price breaks above $34, we can start to see momentum onto the upside. And the reason I say that is because $34 is a major key level, meaning that when price hits this is a resistance or support. So if it breaks this resistance and becomes a support, the likelihood and the probability of this basically means we heard push higher. It's literally statistics and it's just basic data, and from a trading perspective we can see that these are the major key levels. And as we dive down into a lower time frame, we probably could draw these key levels and the overall momentum. So the story we can see right now is that we are making lower highs and lower lows, meaning that we are on a bearish momentum, basically pushing down onto this channel. We had our drop onto the downside with the securities and the delistings, which we'll talk about at the end of this video, but it looks really good to potentially have a pullback to $19 or just push to $11 and retest. Now what's really funny is if we go back onto the daily and we want to look at the structure, is look how clean this has wicked down to this key level here at $13. So $13 or around this area was price where bouncing as a resistance on the 3rd of Jan. It was an indecision during this period here and supports in many time, and then we've wicked all the way to this level. And actually if I refine that once more and put the support here, look at this, that's even better. So we can literally see, if I zoom in, this was a support time and time again all throughout November and December. Support, and then guess what, this became a support before rallying onto the upside, and now we can see literally price has wicked to this as an overall. You can't even make this thing up. It's crazy to think how these key levels are so accurate, which is why I'm giving you these levels, I'm giving you these videos to learn and share with you where I'm drawing and from my perspective. So if I had to give you an update, I really would believe that price could potentially test this once more, and then we could bounce onto the next key level, purely because this was a support. Price has failed to break below, there was a wick on this, and I expect this to be a key level to be respected in the coming future. The question is, can we have the momentum? Even if we do bounce, we could reject this key level or this key level here, but either way I do expect another bounce on this $13 mark. So just want to quickly say, don't forget to check out our promotions down below with Bitget, where there is $15,000 competition this month running as a trading competition where the first prize can win $4,000. There's up to $40,000 worth of bonuses to win, and also trading fee discounts only with Coin Bureau Trading and Coin Bureau. So the link in the description, go and get your own money and go get your bag. So let's get back to the video. Next up we have MATIC, which is actually, to be honest, if we look at the structure, looks very similar to Solana. And even though yes, they're different projects and yes, they're in different kind of price actions, we can see that yet again for these major key levels we have 1 and 2 where price has been trading all between 2022 to 2023. So that price is at $1.5 and 0.5, and yet again what's very interesting and a lesson on this one is psychological levels. 0.5 to the T is where prices, the wick down, bounce down, was a support on the 10th of May and was a support in 9th of July. So, and right now price during this drop and this fear or this, you know, this market drop, it literally wicked to this key level to the T again. So yet again another example I'm showing you where price of key levels is just respecting, and it's crazy. It's really good to be on top of these key levels, but the problem is during these types of market movements, you can't really get that many trades. You could, but because it's so, how do I say, it's so premature with cryptocurrencies, because the reason I say that is it's a $1 trillion market at the moment. At best it was at $3 trillion. In the currency markets or indices or commodities, which is what I trade professionally, there is 6 trillion traded every single day. So volume and liquidity is not a problem. Therefore there is more price movements, there's more stability, and I'm able to get more consistent returns. That's not to say you can't make money in crypto, which is the whole point of this channel. There is a lot of money to be made in crypto. But what's very important is I just want to understand more data, more history, more regulations, and just to see the overall consensus. With crypto, I do believe fundamentals play a bigger part for the time being, because that gives you the overall direction of the market cap. So, as we've talked about the key levels, let's talk about the potential overall consensus for MATIC at the moment. So currently I would say that, you know, there's not really too much we can really do, but if I had to give you a trade idea, we were to bounce off of this support, potentially retest this, so it will follow the same idea as Solana, which is a great idea for me to confirm, because that's basically showing you the repetition. I've got the same idea because it's got the same structure, therefore that means my approach is correct, and that's something for you to take away if you are doing this. So if you're looking to bounce off this support, and the question is, if we make a new all-time low, there will be a lot more fear, but I do believe that we have a strong probability to bounce on this support and potentially retest 0.8, and we kind of really have to see how it's going to break out of this current trading channel at the moment and see where things can go. Next up and finally, and our final altcoin for today, is Cardano ADA. And to be honest, if I had to look at this structure looks a lot better than the other ones. And the reason I want to start off by saying why this looks a lot better than the other ones is because the way you can see Solana, it has just been trickling, and then just drops, trickling, and then moves. And the same thing happened with MATIC, but when it comes to ADA, it has been on one consistent movement, drop, pullback, and then a drop. So the moves are linear, as I like to call them, and linear means more trades, easier trades, and less fake outs. So if I had to pick out of all of these, it definitely would be Cardano to trade from the intraday basis. So if we have a look at our major key levels, I think we've got a few more key levels here than we do on the other ones because they are respected. So we've got 0.25 where price hit this as the major low on 2022. Then it was retested and wicked into June this year, and then currently right now it is basically a major support. If we look onto the left hand side as well, before the bull run this was a support before making new all-time highs. So the ironic thing here is this could be a support before rejecting and testing the 0.8 or 0.4. Now we really need to break above 0.4, and we can see that on the 17th of April it failed to break this. So, you know, realistically, if you wanted to, you know, put in a trade, the confluences of this trade really do add up a lot better than they do with the rest, because we haven't broken below. There was a lovely fake out and rejection on this, and we can have TP1, which is at 0.39, and then TP2 at 0.7 if you wanted to have a longer term position. We've got support that was confirmed, we've got market structure, the wick failed to push below, there's a major support before the bullish movement, and it's worth a try and it's worth a trade. That is the altcoins breakdown and the altcoins as a review of the key levels and a professional trader's outlook from there. So one final thing I want to talk about is a little bit of consensus or a fundamental outlook on these three cryptocurrencies, and as you know, all of them combined is over like 21 billion in terms of market cap for each one individually, but the Securities and Exchange Commissions, the SEC in America, has deemed these cryptocurrencies as a security, meaning that they're trading unregulatory in the US and they can put them in fines. It's going to be a lawsuit, there could be loads of different things that can come from this. Following from this, Robinhood, which is a trading platform and a trading exchange, is basically announced that they are looking to delist all of these cryptocurrencies from their platform, meaning that you won't be able to trade them or even hold them on that platform. And Robinhood is a fairly big one to use in the American. The delistings will start from the 27th of June in 2023, but if you want to find out like more from the fundamentals and the news aspects, obviously Guy is our guy. Guy is our guy, so we've got that on the main Coin Bureau channel for you guys to check out. So all of these companies have pushed back and said they are not a security, and they've been trying to trade within the regulations and trying to work with them. them. And look, I'm not going to go into opinions or anything like that, but let's look at this from a trader's perspective and a trader's point of view, because we are a trading channel, right? The main thing is that this is actually a positive thing moving forward. And you'd be like, Dan, that's a bit crazy. Why do you think it's positive? And here is why. It's positive because as the SEC can do this, they won't be able to do this again in the future, because no matter what the outcome, say they lose, they paid a fine and then they start trading within their regulatory rights. They're right, they lose the lawsuit and then they win over the SEC. That's also bullish for cryptocurrency. Or it just sits sideways for a period of time whilst, you know, everyone tries to figure out what is right and what is wrong. But regardless of the matter, is this is a step in the right direction, because people are looking to move the economic wave with the Web3 money, where the money sits in the rest of the world at the moment, and the US is struggling as an overall. Because if you think about it, if they don't want to accept crypto, but in Hong Kong, Singapore, all of those, and even Dubai is so crypto friendly, where is the money going to go? Into those places. Where is cryptocurrency going to go? Into those places. And a lot of people and a lot of, you know, in institutions will just want to stop trading in the US, because you think about it, it just becomes a nuisance. Like, why would I want to trade there if you just keep slapping fines on me, you make it difficult to trade, and you don't really want to work with us? So then I'd rather just pull the plug and then go trade with the rest of the world who does want the business. So, you know, from that, and to summarize that kind of outlook, it's going to be very interesting to see who is going to adopt the Web3 world better, the CBDCs and the next movements from there, and how that's going to affect the overall market cap when it comes to trading. So, you know, there's a lot to think about, but I think it's important, because then once you have your own consensus, you can then kind of have a little bit of an idea on where you believe the overall market can move. But one last thing I do want to say is, remember, it doesn't matter how convinced you are on a certain fundamental or a news outlook, the market is always right. You can have a positive news and the market can move negatively, and you can have a negative news and the market can move positively. I know it's weird, but that's just how it works, and you need to understand the bigger picture. There may be something you're missing, I'm missing, but things will always make sense in the long run. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, share and subscribe. We've got a Q&A coming up in the next couple of weeks. I do want to quickly mention as well, I will be away next week in Hong Kong and Thailand, so there will be a little bit less videos. It'll be about 3 to 4 videos per week instead of the 5 that we do, 5 to 6, just to give myself a break, a little bit of a catch up. Plus I'll be traveling, so it'll be quite hard to make some videos, but I appreciate all of your support so far, and thank you once again for everyone who came up to me at the Coin Bureau live event. I was really appreciative. Got so many photos with you guys, and you guys are honestly the best fans that we have on this channel. So look forward to seeing tomorrow's video. Champ out. Peace.